Ladies and gentlemen, here's a quick and dirty review of the Central Pneumatic 21-gallon compressor from Harbor Freight. Happened to get it on sale for about $200 with a coupon. So that part was pretty good. I would give it a thumbs up for home shop use, filling tires, small projects, maybe a rattle gun if you're changing one tire, filling a tire, anything like that. Other than that, really not much more. Start with the things I do not like. First, to begin with, the air filter. It's convenient that it's changeable, but it's literally a tissue with rubber on the ends. Not that great, and there's no noise cancellation. I will be replacing that with something nicer when I get a chance. Second, the fill/breather for the crankcase is the cheapest ABS plastic you can imagine. Just gripping it and twisting it to put oil in it, it feels like it's going to break off. It's only got like 2 threads on it too. So maybe brass would be nicer. I might see if I can rig something up to fit that. Number 3, one outlet. Only one. There should at least be a gang here where you have one outlet, even if it's just one outlet on the regulator and one on tank pressure. That would be great, because now I can only use one implement at a time, or say if I wanted to have a hose running somewhere and then just be able to plug directly into the tank to fill a tire or something. Not happening. Another thing, you have to be plugged directly into a wall, and it needs to be at least a 15 amp breaker, or else this thing does not want to run right. Now what I mean is, I'm not going to demonstrate it in here because sadly I have 15 amps, but it's run a long distance. So this whole building is on a 15 amp breaker. This thing won't run in here. It'll cog over a couple times, and then it'll bind up because it's not getting the amps it needs. It'll make the lights dim and everything. So you need to make sure you have at least a 15 amp or a 20 amp breaker dedicated for just this unit. It will not run with anything else. Otherwise, there's a few things. I mean, the thing is cheap. You have to assemble it. You put the handle on, put the wheels on when it comes out the box. This contraption here, all of this is cheap. I mean, these are plastic gauges. You look at these fittings here, this is extruded aluminum, piece of brass. When I got this thing, it was leaking oil out of here from the first time I ran it. This is a really thin, chintzy line. This brass is kind of sketchy looking, plus it's your feed going into the tank. So, brass is okay, but something like that, I'd be worried about it. Because it looks like a plumbing part to me. Other than that, cooling, I've run it 2 or 3 times in a row, filling tires and using an air cutoff die grinder, and it's had to cycle 3 times, and it got warm, but it never got hot enough to where you couldn't do that. So cooling seems like it works pretty good. That's really all I got to talk for you. It's a good cheap compressor, for a home garage, filling tires, anything like that. Working a nail gun, this thing would be fantastic for that. If you're putting in, some flooring at your house, it's a whole lot better than one of those pancake compressors running all the time. But don't expect it to last, super duper long, or, withstand any heavy abuse. I would be concerned if I were transporting it. I'd put it in the back of a pickup truck or, a car or something. I'd make sure it stayed upright, and I would make sure that it was secure. I think it fell on any of this, it's gone, it's done for. Last bonus I do know of, compared to most compressors, this one does have a drain valve at the bottom. You want to make sure you don't hit that thing. Like if you're setting it down on an uneven surface, make sure you don't hit it, because it's brass too. It's super cheap looking. But it's nice that it has a drain where if you're in a high humidity environment, you can drain it out once a month or, once a week, however often it needs to be. It does have a sight glass for the oil, which is nice. It comes with a little container oil. Use that for the first 2 or 3 times until you get a chance to go buy some real oil, because I don't think it's very good. And that's my honest opinion about the 21 gallon from Harbor Freight. Hope you liked the video. Comment, rate, subscribe. Have an awesome day.